We have with us Aam Aadmi Party MP Raghav Chadha. Mr. Chadha, you see, we've been discussing this in the past also. You're there in Mumbai, you're attending this meeting, and at the same time, we do see that whether it was the first chapter in Patna or the third chapter here, this one relationship between the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party always appears strained. I mean, we had Mr. Gurdeep Singh Sappal of the Congress who said, "Aap jad mein mattha dalne ka kaam kar rahe ho," which means that you don't want this plant to grow. I mean, with such sort of animosity, what are we really setting out to achieve?
Well, first of all, Sanket, all political parties under the banner of India bloc have come together by setting aside differences of views, differences of opinions, personal differences, and above all, personal ambition. And I think this is a very formidable alliance that has come together. And quite frankly, this has rattled the NDA. As far as the relationship between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is concerned, yes, we have been adversaries in Punjab, we have been adversaries in Delhi, so on and so forth. But it is for the larger good of India to free India from the shackles of unemployment, price rise, dictatorial regime, that parties like ours have come together as loyal soldiers of this alliance to take India forward and to protect India's democracy, to protect India's constitution. And of course, there could have been certain differences in the past. There could have been certain differences within our respective stands on certain issues, but we have come together on this larger plank of protecting India and India's constitutional democracy, and I think that is what is the highlight of this alliance.
No, while you iron out and figure out a common minimum program, which I'm sure you will do in this third chapter also, you see there is this constant buzz of Modi versus who, and then very, very ambitious and excited spokespersons from all respective political parties tend to give their vote. From your party is Ms. Priyanka Kakkad, who feels that Arvind Kejriwal should be the prime ministerial face. From the Samajwadi Party, Ms. Juhi Singh feels Akhilesh Yadav should be the prime ministerial face. Such ambitions have been voiced from the Congress, from the NCP, from the JDU, and the list goes on. And thus you become a subject matter of a joke in the Bharatiya Janata Party. So to those people in the BJP who think that this is a sign of great division, how would you respond?
Well, before I respond to the BJP, let me set the record straight and very categorically and officially state, as a member of parliament and a representative of the Aam Aadmi Party, that Mr. Kejriwal is not in the race for prime ministership, and we have not joined the India Alliance because of any prime ministerial ambitions. We have joined the India Alliance to take India forward and to free India from the ills that it is suffering from, like agrarian crisis, price rise, unemployment, inflation, so on and so forth. Now, as far as all political parties within the India bloc projecting their respective leader or excited, ambitious spokespersons at the junior most level making these tall claims, let me say this, that at least we have very able and people who have administrative experience and successful administrative tenures behind them, and they can at least be considered for a job like this. I wish to ask the BJP, while we may suffer from the problem of plenty, do you have a single leader apart from Mr. Modi that you can even think of projecting? Can a member of the NDA today say, I want Nitin Gadkari as a prime minister? Can a member of the NDA today say that I want Yogi Adityanath as a prime minister? Can the alliance partners of NDA today say that we want a prime minister from Chirag Paswan's party or AIADMK? They can't even think to say such a thing, because the moment they utter such thing, they will probably...
But Raghav Chadha, the question that I was asking Mr. Boparai also just a short while ago, you see in politics, which is a world of perception, perception matters and it carries. You are hoping to build a grand alliance for 2024, and yet ahead of that contest in state assemblies, there is parallel play in many states. For instance, the Aam Aadmi Party's ambition in Chhattisgarh, in Rajasthan, in other places also. I mean, in the world of perception, how does this work? You will be seen, or your cadre will be seen contesting, and within the next few months will be seen together with the very same opponent.
Look, Sanket, the answer to this is what happened in the 70s. While in state elections, certain political parties may oppose each other. At a national level, at a national election that will decide India's future, which will decide whether India will become a dictatorship or will remain a constitutional democracy, all parties come together. In the 70s, post the 1971 Bangladesh liberation, Mrs. Indira Gandhi was at her peak in terms of her popularity. But subsequent to 71, India suffered from highest unemployment, extremely high price rise, inflation, and an authoritarian regime that imposed emergency, that introduced, certain practices that were against the ethos of India. And as a result, people got together. The communists and the socialists, the leftists, the Jansanghi, all came under the banner of Janata Party and defeated the mighty Mrs. Indira Gandhi. And they won 295 out of 543 seats and formed their own government. Now, something similar is happening today. While ideologically or politically or electorally we may have opposed one another, may continue to oppose in subsequent elections. For the national election, all political parties are coming together for the benefit of India, to take India forward. And I think that is what is
my last question. My last question.
My hopes on.
While you may have the intent, post these 3 meetings now, of course the third will happen now, post 2 meetings and possibly a third, are you somewhere close to a concrete plan on the ground? You see, I may have intent, but do I have the plan to execute?
Well, first meeting that happened in Patna, in which I participated, there was a meeting of minds. People resolved to come together, form a formidable alliance, and take on the mighty BJP. In the second alliance, the name, shape, size, and form of this alliance was discussed and subsequently announced. In the third meeting that will happen in Bombay, where I am today, is a meeting in which I think the agenda of this alliance, the key issues, and the blueprint for a better India will be discussed. And of course, committees should be formed to take this alliance forward in terms of the communication, the campaign, seat sharing, so on and so forth. Things are moving forward. Things are moving forward at a good and a steady pace. And I think this alliance is a formidable challenger to the BJP. In fact, if you were to do some back of the envelope calculation, you will find that this alliance has 11 chief ministers and who are running 11 able administrations in respective states. This alliance has vote share which can give the BJP a run for its money. And this alliance actually has concrete political parties that have representation in parliament. As opposed to the NDA that has 38 political parties, out of which only 3 political parties have more than 5 MPs. 38 NDA political parties, out of which only of which 26 have no representation in India's parliament. Where NDA is only an alliance in theory, India is an alliance in theory as well as in practice.
Okay.